Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Halo World Championship warm-up presented by Complexity. Mikowski on the mic. Joined alongside me is my duo, Eli. And Eli, we got a matchup here between Complexity's very own and Shopify Rebellion going into this season. These were the two teams that were most picked, probably Sentinels in the mix as well for top 4 contention. I think they're right back there after some good LAN performances from both these two teams. Complexity, though, as recently as yesterday, reverse swept Optic Gaming to steal a spot in the winner's semis to get here against Shopify. What are your thoughts as we head into game 1?
My thoughts are, man, was this Ryan guy playing out of his mind yesterday. If he can just play at the level he did yesterday, this is going to be an insane series because we already know what Shopify is capable of. They found their way into the winners finals of the last 3 consecutive LAN tournaments, if I'm not mistaken, and have been unable to win on Sunday, but Complexity kind of finding a new gear that we saw yesterday against Optic Gaming when Optic looked unbeatable in the first 2 games of that series, and they just came back and stole it all away. So I think if Complexity can play at the level we witnessed yesterday, they could absolutely make this an interesting one.
This series should be good, and after 45 seconds, nobody really able to gain firm control of the map, but 3 going down for Complexity. Soul Snipe with the snipe. Another snipe headshot. Should see Rebellion start to get into form to not only score, but potentially hold a trip cap, and I expect that to be so. After 2 go down for Complexity, all 4 up for Shopify Rebellion. A great sequence here from Soul Snipe with camo and snipe.
We're seeing that patented aggression out of Shopify Rebellion, hitting every curb slide, jumping into the opponent's face, covering all the movement options of the other team, and they're absolutely strangling Complexity right now. Complexity cannot breathe. There's nowhere to go on the map. Every time they try to go anywhere, they get spotted out quickly and have 2 targets running at them full speed ahead. So right now, Shopify really controlling the pace of this game. Huss does get the trade there on Mental, which might be a slight win in the moment, but they're still losing the numbers game handily.
Looks a little bit like Complexity did yesterday in the early goings. They warmed up and heated up throughout the series, but boy, has Rebellion really turned up the gas here early. 80 and rolling to just 4 for Complexity as they work to get back on the board with control of B, flipping in their favor. As Ryan looks to protect it, suppressed on the pillars, cycle on Mud. Wow, what a headshot there from Ryan, and it looks like the impressive gameplay we saw yesterday is picking up on a Sunday morning.
He's already 5 and 3 to start. Need to see Huss come online. Huss was making some huge plays. Honestly, every member of Complexity yesterday was kind of firing on all cylinders. We know that they have another gear, but right now Shopify showing that they're in the same gear they've been in all year long, just putting an absolute heat onto Complexity right now. There's Mental now also gets the camo thanks to a play from Suppress to keep him alive, and while he's the last player alive, he's the guy with camo, so he should be able to stop at least the push to C, and now he's going to reroute to try to stop B.
Yeah, I mean, Rebellion go 3 down, but they get the camo and maintain control of B and C. You'll take that all day if you're Rebellion. And on the other side of that sequence, 3 go down for Complexity, and if Ryan goes down, it'll be all 4 back mud spawns here for Complexity, as they should be able to regain control of C with that, but they don't know where Mental is. Mental gets the double melee. Rain goes down after some damage. It's 3 down once again for Complexity, and it's official, Eli. They're in the blender right now.
In the blender, but somehow last player alive did capture B, which is massive. How long can they hold it, though? Because Soul Snipe has the sniper again, and this guy is on one right now. Got Snipe in his gamer tag, and he's showing you why. I mean, if you put Snipe in your gamer tag, you better be popping off with it. I'm talking to you, Billy Bob Sniper 23 in matchmaking. Let me snipe, please. Come on.
Yes, let Eli grab the snipe. I know that firsthand. As we hop on board here with Rain, pushing up on the training side. Soul Snipe didn't even see a melee come in. It must have been an undercut to the chest. And Rain goes down. We go down, though, for Shopify. This could be an opportunity for Complexity to get back on the board, and they're doing just that. A, B, and C in their favor. It's their first trip cap of the match, and start to show a little bit of life.
Suppress for the optimistic shot there through the tunnel. He gets taken down, but yeah, Complexity finally showing some signs of life here. Ryan has AB in control. He knows that the common route to be taken next for Shopify would be through the nest side. He was waiting for that. After nobody appears, gonna now reroute a little bit here. It turns out that Shopify, instead of going for B, went for A first. So playing their process here. And they're going to actually capture A and B simultaneously. What looked to be a good situation for Complexity has completely flipped on its head. Shopify right back in the driver's seat.
Soul Snipe having himself a hell of a game one. 9-2-5 as he works his way into the vents. Sticky repulsor utilized there from Ryan, not only to get the instantaneous stick, but to keep him at distance of a martyrdom. 4 go down for Shopify after that catalyst play from Ryan, and Complexity are cutting this lead in half. So looked like a runaway freight train for Rebellion off the start, but Complexity finding an answer. They're adapting. Ryan with the 5 perfect shots, has another slay. Repulsor doesn't quite get the juice. My goodness. It was just a month ago that would have gotten him all the way to the top side of that tower, and he doesn't even make the jump now after the patch.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the network update did kind of make that repulsor seem to not be as effective as it once was. But honestly, I was just impressed by the way that Ryan made that play. He's 12-5, by the way, so he is picking up where he left off yesterday. His whole team negative, but somehow towering over the lobby right now. Most kills and least deaths in the entire lobby. And it's part of a huge reason why they've been able to come back. They're now only down by about 20 points, Hunter.
I'd make a case that this is actually a great sign for Complexity. Breaking Shot, their main slayer, is 6-2-13. What happens when he comes online? This could be a Complexity roster to watch out for the rest of the way, as they have snipe tower control. Ryan does, but he goes down. Massive slay there for Cycle. His protege is Ryan, his former mentor. As we now hop on board here with Halo's main slayer suppressed. Double body tap with the S7. Takes down 1. Headshot 2. 3. Make it for the triple. Unbelievable play here from Suppressed. Single-handedly regains control of this map for Shopify Rebellion.
And he knows where the spawns are coming in next. Saw where his teammates were standing. It looked like he was kind of ready for a spawn kill situation on the other side, but instead knows that they must be in B, and he has completely taken over the game with this sniper rifle. Where can Complexity go?
Back to the respawn screen if Suppressed has anything to say about it, as he still has 2 shots left to work with in that snipe. Double no-scope attempt, but Rain crouch strafes his way away from any danger.
My God.
As Rebellion work their way back into C. Look at the positioning from Suppressed. Misses the shots, but masterful with his footwork. It's back into C. Now back Mud, probably working his way towards B, but he trades out with Huss instead. So at this point in the match, 7 minutes gone by. It's 2:19-123. Rebellion have regained the form they built in the early goings.
That was all Cycle keeping Suppressed alive. I mean, Suppressed literally jumping out of plane without a parachute on cuts there, 1 shot. Cycle comes out of nowhere and snags him out of the sky to make sure he lands gently. That was a beautiful play from Cycle there, and he's continued on. This man outputs so much damage and is able to stay alive throughout the whole situation. Such a massive impact on the play. And now just gonna set up shop here on the training side to see if he can cut down the rotation from Complexity, but Complexity have done a great job to break through into A. Should be able to cap that, but what do they do from there?
Finishing stretch here, if Rebellion has anything to say about it. 2 go down for Complexity. Cycle going for the remote detonation, or at least denying access to those resources for Complexity off of spawn, as they will push through top mid. Suppressed senses it. All of Shopify sense it. Breaking Shot does take down Soul Snipe not before he trades out. Nice frag toss there from Huss. Rain gets a slay as well, and Complexity at a moment where they needed it at the 2:33 mark. Our Rebellion Complexity gotta put together at least 60 seconds of scoring right here to keep it close.
Camo QT combo only lasts for about 2 seconds, but that's a rare sight. Don't often see. Let's see what Ryan can do with the QT. Known to be a big brain player. Gonna output some damage, call that player out, blink back to safety here, protect B for the meantime. I like this rotation towards the nest as well. If you've got B and C in your possession, nest is a great pivot point. He's gonna blink back though, see if he can find an unsuspecting target on the other side of the map, and huge grenade coming in from Breaking Shot. It's going to cut down Suppressed and his teammate off of spawn right away, and these are the type of plays you need. I don't know how Suppressed comes out on top in that fight, though.
I thought there was no chance. He wasn't even looking at it when the pew-pew started coming out from the plasma pistol. I thought at the very least Breaking Shot would get the trade there, but I don't know if he should play for the trade when you need more slays. And Breaking Shot was in that moment on a spree. He was coming back online like we had mentioned just moments ago, and that was a huge shutdown there as they take down Complexity's main slayer, but Complexity's still in the mix. But at the 241 mark for Rebellion, this could be the finishing touch.
I know you're calling Breaking Shot the main slayer, but I don't know, man. I feel like it's Ryan right now. This guy has had the most kills on this squad. almost every game that we've seen the last 2 days. This guy is just playing on another level that he's evolved. I don't know if the man got a new controller. He's got that dad energy, you know, that's like you're about to be a dad in a couple months and figure out what that feels like. I feel like he's just playing different right now.
Playing for something more than himself. That's what it looks like. I mean, he's playing for more than himself. He's earning enough slays to account for 2 members of Complexity at this point. 18, 7, and 10. Ryanoob is keeping Complexity alive, and with that snipe, Mental goes down. The no-scope doesn't connect, and at the 248 mark for Shopify Rebellion, Complexity soaring into the 200s. This could be an insane finish.
Ryan needs this kill on suppress. Oh, that was such good damage output. Huss gonna clean up the situation. Cycle spawning on the A side has no option but to just capture A. But that's the problem with that is Complexity now has the timing to push and surround them. They've already got some forces gathered up on the big door to stop them from making their next rotation. Mental though with the camo is gonna get that beat down. It's taken down to no shields though, and they still have to play out of this. That's a huge grenade, huge double kill from Breaking Shot. They might just steal this 100.
Breaking Shot pushing through the garage door, looking to make a big play. A going in favor of Complexity, and they're mounting the comeback. 3 go down for Shopify, and Complexity with all 4 members alive might just have received the comeback of the day. It's still early, but my God, this has been nuts. Down by 100 plus, 249, and that'll do it. Complexity come from behind to take game 1.
Oh my God, what are they feeding these guys at the Complexity facility? I'm pretty sure they're actually playing from home, so that was my mistake yesterday, but these guys are playing different right now. Shopify came out so strong. What was it, like 100 to 20 in the early goings? And
it was 100 plus throughout the entirety of the game. That's one that requires a VOD review to break down, Eli. I know you've got some initial thoughts, but my God, that was insane. I don't know what we just witnessed. That was nuts.
Ryanoob is that dude, guys. Don't sleep on the old man, all right? Some of us old guys can still move their thumbs a little bit. Surprise, surprise. Ryan showing he might be one of the best to be doing it right now. Soul Snipe started off hot, by the way, with the first 2 snipers. He was hitting some headshots. Love to see this curb slide. Teamwork was on point to secure it. I mean, this is all in the first half of these replays. We're gonna see so many good plays from Shopify, just shutting down Complexity, keeping them in the blender. But it was once Complexity got control, they just managed the chaos extremely well.
Enemy team score.
Not often I'm at a loss for words, but what we just saw was unbelievable. And there's Breaking Shot. He did come back online to a degree. I think he's still got some upside left. So going into a game 2 Slayer where slays are the objective,
this.
you are the objective. Yeah, here's Suppressed. My God, how did he? It's almost like the RPM of the sniper, like he cranked a knob on the S7 to make it fire a little faster. Almost looked like a Halo 2 snipe in that regard. And there's the headshot onto Ryanoob for the team wipe. And right here, Eli, you're thinking, all right, GG's, Shopify have got it in the bag. They got up to 248, and we're still up by about 100 at that mark. So, I mean, 201 to 101, that's deadly and dangerous with Shopify up, but they got to the 248 mark and couldn't secure the win. I mean, those guys are probably in a situation where they're talking still about it in the comms, like, how did we not get the final 2 seconds? What do we need to do to get those final 2 seconds? But it's not the 2 seconds you got to worry about. It's game 2 now. You got to put that in the past, erase it from memory, Men in Black style, as Complexity take a lot of momentum in a game 1 series lead into game 2.
Wow. I'll tell you what, though, both of these teams actually known to be good Slayer teams. Any roster that includes Ryanoob, he's going to be doing something nerdy in Team Slayer. We saw him put up, what, 20 kills in the Aqua Slayer yesterday. This man is playing different this weekend, and I don't know. This is hard to predict. I think whatever team gets control early, though, might run away with it. Like I said, this is one of the steamrolliest, if that's a word, it definitely isn't, game types that we play right now.
Whatever you say, Boo. If you come up with a new word, I'm petitioning to put it in the dictionary. As Ryanoob picks up where he left off, 1-1-0, and most importantly, he's got the camo. Positioning on the top mid side. Rain has the shock rifle. Sandbox in full control. So while it is tied 5-5, Complexity have the edge.
Got good positioning as well. Cycle is just kind of caught in a very difficult situation. His location was clearly known. Huge for him to trade out in that moment, though. Rain had the upper hand by a wide margin. Us now going to be the guy with the shock, and he's going to try to land a shot here, at least burn some ammo before going down. He does land the kill and burns a couple extra shots, so big play out of Huss to mitigate the damage in a situation where he was dead to rights.
Still one rack left in this banished sniper rifle for Mental, and if he can put it to work, he could build on this 3-kill lead for Rebellion, looking to bounce back after a disappointing loss in game 1. Exciting comeback victory, though, if you're a Complexity fan, as his grenades go out. Breaking shot goes down to 1 HP, so too does Mental's teammate. Us behind the pillar just trying to stay alive. And he does. So too does Mental, though. Still has 3 shots left to work with, and he's putting them to good use. Ryanoob goes down with the headshot. Mental on a tear here early to start, and he avoids the sticky martyrdom trade. 15-9 for Shopify Rebellion. They have regained their footing after that game 1 upset.
Mental's POV is just so clean, man. The movement, the positioning. This guy is locked in right now, and a huge reason why they've now swung to an 8-kill lead. Not only that, they've got Complexity spawning in the snipe corner. That is not where you want to spawn on this map, especially against a team like Shopify. They're not going to let you get out. But look at the aggressive action out of Huss. Huss played out of disadvantage perfectly there. Just sprinting to one side and forcing a trade is one way to get your team out of the blender. Had they just sat still, you know for sure they were going to get surrounded by Shopify. Love to see the heads up play out of Huss, and that could be at least a small window to get out of the blender for now.
Yeah, Huss has been increasing his pace of play, and his running mate, ironically enough, has been Ryanoob, who the old man learning new tricks and got new speed. Despite that, we can't deny the dominance here. Granted, it looked a little bit like this in game 1, but in a Slayer, there's a little bit less, I'd say, a little bit less opportunity and points to come back. I always say you can't win a Slayer early, but you can lose it in Complexity. You're getting to that point in the match where even if they go on a tear, it might be too little too late. 27-15 lead here for Rebellion.
Now, Ryannoob's the type of player, he knows that this map can steamroll out of control for one side or the other. It's just a matter of how do you play off your back foot? How do you get out of this constant state of disadvantage? The way Shopify plays, they want to keep you at disadvantage until the game is over. But if you can find a way out, you got to have a good strategy. You got to have a plan in place. Okay, when we are in the blender, what do we do? Rain winning a huge piv is a big part of their way out of the blender. Now it's Shopify that don't have any space, only 2 alive, and Complexity are surrounding them. Huss gets a double kill with the frag grenade before being taken down, and they start to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. If Complexity can get into control and start putting Shopify in disadvantage, this could turn on its head.
Holding out hope. Complexity, gotta start making moves, gotta start making plays, cannot go down. And breaking shot again, Eli. This is a guy that you don't expect to see the stats that we see. It's not always about the stats, but oh my god, Huss finds a way to get a triple kill. Full snipe goes for the trade. Sticky toss, doesn't get it. But again, it's 36-25. If breaking shot was just 50% better, this would be a much more contendable match for Complexity. Instead, Rebellion running away with it a little bit.
It was previously a 12-kill lead, now just a 9-kill lead. So it's not over yet. Rain also has the camo. Still a minute and a half away from that 6-minute mark where a camo and sniper come back at the same time. If Complexity can extend this game to that 6-minute mark and get both items. By the way, look at the sneaky beaver here. Finally, Rain gets the double melee. Takes some grenade fragmentation damage though. And Complexity are weathering the storm, but it just feels like Shopify are getting enough trades in each interaction that if it continues at this pace, they would be able to close it down. But don't look now, it's only a 6-kill lead until Suppress finds that kill. He's gonna wisely use that thrust to get out of dodge and grab a repulse on his way.
Ooh, comms might not be too clear there for Complexity. Ryanoob came around that corner, not looking at Suppressed, who was clean up. I'm making up new words too, Eli. 3 go down for Shopify. Complexity mounting a comeback. They're only down by 5, and again, if breaking shot comes online, this is the same narrative from game 1. If breaking shot comes online, if Ryanoob comes online, Complexity could have another steal.
Ryan's got 12 assists. It's definitely been in the mix. But these are the double kills you cannot allow for Shopify. It feels like they might have overheated a little bit in that moment. In a situation they needed to control the pace of the game. Now it's Shopify in full control. Complexity spawning on the tram side. Don't have many places to go. Shopify watching all their exit points. Ryan trying to break his way out on the poster side, but I fear that Soul Snipe's flank is going to be perfect. Known as one of the best flankers in HCS history, finds a double, wants to make it a triple, but misses the sticky grenade. I think this is probably over now. Shopify can probably trade their way to the finish line.
Hold the phones. if Complexity can bring it to within 4, 1 possession, 1 team wipe, I think they still got a chance. And Rhino sneaks away with the camo. Can he stay alive with it? Nades are surely going to come his way, but he dodges both of them. Breaking shot gets his slay on suppressed. It's just that 4-kill game we were speaking of. Eli, Complexity with 1 fell swoop. Could steal this. Rhino gets the back on a cycle. He now has the shock rifle. Sticky repulsor combination as well. The sandbox is stacking up. So too is the comeback for Complexity.
Sure, people in chat said I was faded when they were up by 12, and I said Complexity's not out of this. They can flip the map on its head. It's definitely possible. But look at this. Shopify waiting for the camo to expire. Cycle certainly heard. You heard the audio cue of the camo expiring. Ryan knows it. He's going to back up. Breaking shot gets behind enemy lines, but you got to let your sniper do some work here. I don't know if the positioning for Complexity is good enough for Ryan to land some headshots.
47. 44, back wall and cafe positioning for Shopify. Complexity could pinch this, but Mental gets a first strike, make it a double kill, steals possession of the sniper pack, and that might just do it. Try as they might, Complexity lose game 2. And again, Eli, you can't win a Slayer early, but you can lose it. And I just think that they gave up way too big of a lead. A double up, what was it, 31, 15, 16 or so in the early goings. Just too tall of a mountain to climb for Complexity in the series. Now tied.
Very impressive for Shopify to hold on to that lead despite Complexity making a miraculous comeback. They had flipped the map on its head and started to roll, but Shopify punishing Complexity for a couple overextensions towards the end game there. Always hard to make perfect decisions with imperfect information. I think Complexity were taking a few gambles there to try to flip the lead in their favor, and that's how you win a game when you're behind. You've got to take some gambles. They don't always pay off. But I like to see that they're willing to take risks because that's the exact type of playstyle you got to play to take dubs off of Shopify Rebellion.
Rest. Making some plays in game 2. Man, the early goings of these highlights, you would have never thought that it was such a highly contested finish. Us, though, with that triple, that was the catalyst. It's still a 12-point game at this point. Us with that triple kill starts to bring Complexity back. But again, Ryan needed a little bit better performance, more slays than we've seen. And Breaking Shot, we were talking about Eli, is Breaking Shot the main slayer? Maybe it's Ryan. They're 2 quote-unquote main slayers. This did not look like such in a game 2 slayer, and I think that was a big reason why they took the L. But hey, going into an Argyle CTF 1-1 series tie, it's anyone's ball game.
I know a lot of people don't like this game type, but man, any map with 2 snipers on it, it's going to be exciting to watch. You're going to see some highlight clips. We're going to see at least 1 sick sniper triple kill. Let's see if Billy Mental can be the one to do it as he wins the 1v1 duel against Rain. Looks like kills are trading out across the board, though. 2v1 situation on the map. Breaking Shot going to try to get a kill before his teammates come off spawn, but when he gets taken down, this looks like full map control for Shopify early.
Yeah, we're not watching your matchmaking teammate, Billy Bob 53. This is Billy Mental with the snipe, starting off with 2 slays and gaining that crucial vent control that we saw FaZe utilize to win their previous series. As Mental eyes the flank, Rain has his back, but Mental has the shots to take down 2 below HP. 1 gets cleaned up, the other might just make it away, but it's 50-yard line control for Rebellion. Now they're pushing through.
Mental in position to keep Complexity trapped in their base. You get spotted, though. Good shots from Rain to make Mental's shot more difficult. The problem is, while they're worried about Mental, they're getting smacked in the side of the head by Huss and Breaking Shot. Looks like still pretty even across the board. Neither team having significant map control. Mental trying to take a sneaky position here to start landing some snipes and maybe get this flag out.
Oh, patient and methodical with the snipe. Maybe pulled a little too early, ironically enough. And he did. 4 go down for Shopify. Complexity, despite the first pull going in favor of Rebellion, now have the chance, the best chance, to turn their pull into a score as Breaking Shot 360 Repulsor gets to Shopify's base quickly.
Oh.
Soul Snipe wins a crucial piv with the reversal perfect.
On Ryan, who's been on fire. Those shots were very clean. I feel like Soul Snipe is kind of the X factor on this team. When he's playing his best, this team looks unbeatable, and Soul Snipe playing with some fire today. Ryan, though, going to get to this vent, try to grab the QT. He does grab it, uses the plasma grenade to control some space for himself, gets the stick into the teleport. used the teleport to keep himself out of the splash radius of his plasma grenade. It was only a few paces back, but those kind of heads-up plays are going to keep you alive to continue making a dominant impact on the map.
He used the repulsor in the previous game to stay alive after sticking an opponent. Now he's finding new ways to have the same viability as Mental. Nice, the snipe. Ryan Noob QTs. He's such a frustrating player to play against, Eli. You got to imagine Mental's like, man, I wish we would have gotten him. Mental goes down. Ryan Noob stays alive all the while. And Complexity have a good-looking pull here. +1 net advantage in the Slays. Can they get it across the 50-yard line, though? That's going to be their next priority.
Such a smart play from Ryan. He knew his teammate was on the way as well, so he could just deal a little bit of damage to the sniper player. Teammate able to finish the kill while Ryan blinks back to safety. They've got this flag almost all the way home as well. That all started with Ryanub's QT play on the sniper player. They used the sniper as a distraction. Oh! No, knowing that Complexity would be going for it, and they turned it into a flag cap.
Breaking Shot had phenomenal positioning in the bottom middle of the map. It's not often you hear phenomenal positioning in bottom middle as a combination of words, but Breaking Shot had those pesky shots on the cycle. It took him a long time to take him down, but with that positioning and those pesky shots, made it very difficult for Cycle to hit the shots on the flag runner as Rain scores it. Complexity 12-1-0.
Press in the back of the Complexity base, though, with the double kill is certainly going to get this flag out, but Rain's going to try to stop it. When he gets taken down, Suppress will comfortably toss this out, but going to reroute through the bottom of the base to get his shields back and link back up with Cycle. Shopify Rebellion have the flag out, but they need another round of Slays before they can continue moving it.
Ryanoob, he's moving in. Dude, this is such an evolution of Ryanoob that we're seeing here. Maybe overheats a little bit. It's just a step further before Rain could have helped him out. Could have maintained a +2 for Complexity instead. It's a potential run here for Rebellion. Huss playing defensively at the 50-yard line. Cycle 1v1, but Huss doesn't have the shields to take him down. Cycle now eyeing the high ground, goes down to 1 HP. Rain takes him down, and God, Complexity are playing so well defensively. They're making it so difficult. We talked about how pesky these players were to take down. They're just as difficult to score against. That flag gets reset, and Rebellion are back to square one.
Suppress did a good job to keep that flag alive and move it closer to that 50-yard line. Probably thinking that, you know, if his team wins the next round of Slays, maybe they could grapple that into the window of their own base. But when Complexity are playing as good as they said, like you said, Hunter, they're just, it's hard. You can't make these plays if Complexity keep winning these 1v1 battles. They've also been keeping each other alive. New snipers are coming up right now. And I think if you're Shopify, you want to make sure you not only secure your own sniper, but also make life difficult for the Complexity sniper.
Cycle pushing up on the map as his former teammate Ryanoob down to 1 HP. Breaking Shot, who I believe replaced Cycle on the roster, he takes him down. But 2 go down for Rebellion. Complexity in every single one of these sequences, every single one of these gunfights have maintained a positive net outcome. Now it's a +2 in the feed after 3 go down for Shopify, and their numbers continue to dwindle. Suppressed might just be the last line of defense. Soul Snipe has things to say about it as he takes down Ryanoob, but Rain cleans him up. Rain has been cleaning up every single member of Rebellion. Every time Complexity need a cleanup, Rain's there. He's like the janitor for their squad.
I mean, everybody needs a janitor. Gotta keep the place clean, man. They can't leave all these messes everywhere. As it seems like that has been the key for Complexity to not let this get out of hand, because there's been a lot of times that it felt like Shopify had a chance to get full control, and every single time they've just been cleaned up before things could get out of hand. Right here looked like another situation that Shopify could have got a flag out, but Breaking Shot finds a double kill. Suppress is gonna get this nice headshot on Rain, but is it gonna amount to anything? It's hard to say.
Snipes are snipes, but you got to be able to do something with that damage, and Complexity have had the more consequential Slays. Ryan, what the body ragdoll effect got exploded to the moon like a rocket ship. We go down for Complexity once again. It's another +2 net outcome for Complexity. Eli, I wish we had a stat for gunfights won or team fights won, I guess is really what it'd be. I feel like Complexity's 8 for 8 at this point, maybe even 10 for 10 at this deep in the game. 10 minutes, 7 minutes gone by. As Huss has good shots, good positioning, offensively positioned at the bottom of Rebellion's base, but he'll go down. But again, Huss goes down, but it's still a +1 net outcome for Complexity. They're playing their math so damn well.
It's not just that they're winning the fights, they're winning the fights that matter, because the Slays are pretty even. I think Complexity only has 2 or 3 more kills overall than Shopify in the entire game, but They've been winning in the situations that they need to win to stop Shopify from capping. They won in the situation they needed to make a cap of their own. Right now, they're trying to fight for mid-map. Suppressed with some insane damage output. Finally, 3 dead, 4 complexity in a situation that looked like it could have been another flag run opportunity. Now at Shopify playing great defense, and Suppress gonna backtrack, make sure he can get this sniper. He's gonna throw the sniper off the map. This is massive. Exactly what I said at the 7-minute mark they needed to do with the snipers. They need to secure their own and also get rid of the complexity sniper as well.
Enemy flag
Could see that as the catalyst in the replays after we look back on that one. A heads-up play from Suppressed. His head goes down, but it's the smart play that has Rebellion and a chance to potentially come back.
What?
Ryan utilizes the repulsor off of no physical geometry below. It almost looked like he got more boost because of the nothing but air being there, and air and space. Cycle trying to take space in the middle of the map, has the snipe and 5 shots left to work with.
Ryan said, "You're gonna throw my sniper off the map. I'm gonna try to do something cheeky and repulse yours off the map," but he gets spotted out. It's not gonna pan out the way he probably envisioned it. Ring shot with a nicely placed plasma grenade, gonna force Cycle to back down. And right now, both teams just fighting for vent control. Cycle certainly has the upper hand with the S7. But I think Complexity have other plans. Yeah, Rain wants to extend over through the PC side and see if he can make life difficult. This might be the opening they need to push through. Breaking shot with a nice curb slide into teleport, making himself a very difficult kill. He comes right back, but he gets cut down. I like the play from Breaking Shot, the thought process behind it, but looks like Shopify were ready for that one.
Huss and Rain through the middle of the vents. Good frag toss there from Cycle. Takes down one. Takes Huss down to 1 HP. Another frag toss. Probably could have pushed that out and got the finishing headshot. Gave Huss just enough time to reshield, but Mr. Soul Snipe cleans him up. Trying to stay alive now in a inverted situation that Huss was previously in. Breaking shot down to 1 shot as well, but hits the jump shot. But he gets cleaned up afterwards. It's been back and forth here in the middle of the map. Nobody really able to gain firm control as Mental gains control of the snipe. 2:30 left on the clock, and Complexity have another flag out.
Wow, look at the awareness from Rain to just see a window of opportunity to start running this flag. Mental was down to no shields, had to reposition with the sniper. I think Rain knew that and said, hey, I got 6 seconds before this guy's shield comes back. I can probably move this flag pretty far. Suppressed, though, moving the flag on the other side. Now Huss, more concerned with returning his own flag than trying to score the opposite flag, which is smart. Got to make sure they don't get this flag all the way home, and Suppress winning that fight might just tie this one up.
Oh, he misses the jump. Or, excuse me, the slide with the flag grab. Suppress gets back to it. Those 2 shots were given to him, though, by Ryanu. But hey, with Mental sniping like that, we're going to see a tie game. Going for the grapple hook, G-slide triple. Stays alive, takes it to the high ground. What the? Mental! That was ridiculous. Huss, though, does take his face, but Suppressed might just stack up double snipes here. He's got 4 shots left in his own. Complexity go 3 down, and Shopify are going for the double cap. They're trying to steal game 3 like Complexity stole game 1.
Look at the perfectly placed grenade from Suppressed as well, predicting when and where these opponents are going to be. Even if he dies here, he's wasted enough of Ryanub's time. I think this flag's going to go home. Breaking Shot does get the kill on Soul Snipe, though, who I think was running the flag, yes. But he gets cut down. Huge play out of Suppressed, and this flag will be capped. It's a double cap. Shopify steal the lead out of nowhere.
Rebellion turn on the afterburners late, and with 1 minute left, Complexity
1 minute remaining.
now staring at a situation where they got to put together an endgame like they did in game 1. But boy, has Rebellion really turned it up. It is not often you see a double cap like you would on Aquarius here on Argyle, so really can't overstate or understate how impressive the last minute was for Rebellion, and it might just give them the series edge 2-1.
Suppressed content to just play defense for the next 38 seconds. Rotating back to the base. Complexity know what the battle is in front of them. They've got to land a couple slays here, though. And Suppressed just playing gatekeeper. He says, I'm just going to chill right here and shoot anybody that tries to cross. Finds Rain. Cycle gets the kill on Ryan, and I think that's it. There's no chance at all for them to get this, come back into this. Shopify will take game number 3 and take a 2-1 lead in the series.
GG's. That will do it. A little bit of extra damage, a couple extra slays, but it's all just a technicality for the stat sheets. Rebellion will ultimately take a pivotal game number 3, where Complexity was up throughout the entirety of it. Eli, the swings in this series have been nuts.
They've been absolutely unreal. Game 1, the comeback on Complexity side in the last hour on Argyle. We've got Complexity in the lead for the first 10 minutes of the game. Shopify cap 2 in the last 2 minutes. Very impressive stuff. Both teams playing so close to the vest and just keeping each other alive. As we take a look at the stat page here, nobody really towering above the lobby, pretty even across the board. Cycle, though, the one that will have the most damage in the lobby. No surprise there. This guy's always outputting the damage, but this is how it started off. Mental winning that 1v1 duel, but with so many dead on both sides, nothing really amounted to it. It's a long time before they got this first cap.
Yeah, we got to get a look back at that grapple replay. Hopefully it's on the docket, because I couldn't tell if that was an observer glitch or the play was just so incredible that it... Okay, all right.
sorry to cut you off, but it was
you really
definitely the observe, for whatever reason with the network update, if someone uses the grapple, it doesn't accurately represent the location of the player during the grapple. So you saw Mental grappled the grates on this little air conditioning unit that Ryan jumped in front of, but it teleported afterwards because the observer glitch doesn't keep up with the accurate location. But anyways, we'll probably get a look at that again later. But wow, we're starting off fast and furious on Streets Oddball.
Yeah, that felt like an abrupt end of the replays. We didn't even get a quarter through the match, it felt like, before Complexity and Rebellion, whoever's party leader, they started this one up instantaneously. No restroom break, like we traditionally see at this moment in a series, I believe, is Cycle has the Stalker, Repulsor to work with as well, Rebellion with the early control of the Oddball, and they're already turning it into considerable time. If they stop this push from Complexity, they could be up 30, 40 to nothing. After just 20 seconds on the clock. Impressive opening break, but Us has the camo.
Enemy has the ball.
Us so good at finding unpredictable routes, even when he's not camouflaged. So with the camo, even more deadly. Finds a Stalker rifle to add to his arsenal. Just turns the corner and deletes Soul Snipe from existence, and he didn't even stop walking forward. That felt disrespectful.
Cycle. Now Huss with that Stalker rifle. Complexity did do a good job. We thought maybe Shopify would stop the push in the breakthrough and to see it. Golly. Huss taking that Stalker back from Cycle. Cycle wants it back, but he's going to go back to the respawn screen instead. That's one of the best Stalker double kills you will see today, as Huss, you can see he prefers this weapon.
He's only got one bullet left in it. Hopefully he's aware of the ammo, so he switches to the Bandit immediately. Nope. Could tell he thought there was a little bit more ammo. You got to be conscientious of that. Wasted about a quarter of a second. A quarter second's a long time in a Halo fight, I'll tell you that much. Huge piv window out of Cycle. Tries to turn 2, but Rain clutches up to shut that down. Suppress on the other side of the map, predicting the Complexity spawn and making their life difficult as they try to cross the map.
Suppress now. Pushing in the tires, got support from Soul Snipe. Ryan will go down with the Oddball on the benches, and Breaking Shot will go down as well. Double kill for Suppressed. And a potential to regain control of the Oddball and this lead. Complexity reached the 30-second threshold first, but Rebellion answer right back.
Suppressed taking note of the respawn timer on the wall for the Stalker. It's going to be up in about 10 seconds now. Expect Suppressed to not leave that spot. He loves that gun. I've seen him literally run past 3 opponents just to grab a Stalker rifle before. So you know for sure he's going to backtrack over to that red room as soon as he has the chance to do so. Breaking Shot, more concerned with the Oddball at the moment. It's Suppressed, actually had the repulse. He's here in the mix. Maybe he's turned a new leaf. He's not sitting around waiting for that Stalker rifle as I've seen him do in the past. Maybe letting Mental be the guy that grabbed it instead. Yep.
Mental's got it, and with 69% left in it, he's got a nice opportunity to make hay with it like we saw previously from Huss. Mental's got to find the answer with the only power weapon now on Streets as Rhino pushes his way to the planters, but he'll get put into the grave. 3 go down for Complexity. Double up on the lead. Go Rebellion, and look at this map control. You got Mental really playing the fulcrum here on the B side of the map. Complexity want to push through, but it's difficult when Soul Snipe's covering the opposite side. Good sticky toss, not good enough to take down Ryan, who slides away from it. Whether he's avoiding a Martyrdom trade sticky or avoiding the stickies of his opponents, Rhino just seemingly never dies to those plasmas.
Very impressive stuff. It looked like he hit the G slide off of those library books that are randomly on the floor of the arcade. I don't know who designed this map, but those books are immovable. They're more powerful than many forces in the known universe. And he was somehow able to hit a G slide off of them, so that's how he survived. And here we go, Rain pushing in with the help of the Shroud Screen. They've got to get this kill, though. Shopify only needs a couple seconds.
An object in motion stays in motion until Ryanoob and Complexity get 4 down. Oh my God, this feels like the Strongholds game number 1, where Rebellion were just 2 seconds away from taking it, as they'll get cafe spawns. Oh, Ryanoob gets all the intel you could want. Husk spawns on PD, so Complexity spawn into a flank scenario. Shopify are going to get pulled back. All the while, Complexity with free time for Rain because Shopify have to clear out PD first.
Love the way Rhinoob's playing this, but he's been so distracted by Shopify. His ball player's getting jumped. Mental gets the sticky, and that's going to close out the round. So good job by Shopify to keep Ryanoob with the camo busy while they sent 2 players immediately up that seaside stair and shut down the ball player to close the round.
Until now, the opening start slides off the hologram, works his way to the shotgun. No grab though. That's G8. Ryanoob. Mental gets behind him and gets the slay. Now suppressed, facing a stalker rifle from Breaking Shot, takes him down. 3 go down for both teams. It's a 1v1 between Cycle and Rain, and Cycle wins it. They'll win the oddball too.
Momentarily, Cycle in a desolate wasteland. Last member alive on the entire map. It's going to take that opportunity to rotate the ball, but Ryan, look how fast he is off of his spawn point. Man is wasting no time at all. He has adjusted so well to the meta. Used to play a more slow, methodical pace, but then he saw the way that teams like Shopify and SSG are having success just kind of holding forward and being hyper aggressive. He's adjusted his gameplay to match, and that's part of the reason why we've seen Complexity have this surge of new success.
5-0 off the start. It's a scrappy start to round number 2, as we saw much more oddball time at this point. We saw much more oddball time after 15 seconds of regulation. We're almost watching 60 seconds get depleted here. Now Shopify, though, with control of the oddball, get up to 14 seconds, 2v2 gunfight. As Ryanoob has an easy cleanup there on suppress. Thought maybe he didn't see him, but he did. As Mental drops to bottom C. Driveway push for Shopify. Here it comes. As Mental, Soul Snipe have support to 2v1 Ryanoob. How does the old wily veteran get out of this?
I don't think he does. Oh, he does! He gets I didn't believe. How does this man find a way to get a kill when he's got 2 players on both sides of him?
The stickies again, man. He's diabolical with them.
I can just imagine him just in the corner snickering like, they're gonna come around this corner. I'm gonna stick him in the face. Stupid noob.
Oh, man. That was unbelievable, and it's part of how Complexity tie up this game. Now Rebellion, though, with the oddball are gonna momentarily regain a lead, but no, it's going to be much more difficult than that. Again, scrappy has been the narrative in round 2.
Snipe has the camo. High game right now as far as the score in this round. That's a big trade for Complexity, though. Rain getting a trade there on the camo player, definitely a net outcome positive for Complexity, but neither team really comfortable to grab this ball just yet.
There's sometimes plays that get made that you, even in the present moment, you just look back on it. But Ryanoob is going to head back to the respawn screen. Shopify finally get control of the oddball in a momentarily lead after 2 go down for Complexity. God, quiet is the airspace here on Streets. That's not often it's like that. Because of it, Rebellion are going to gain at least 10 more seconds of lead time on this oddball.
That was weird. The map was so quiet. I just heard your voice and surround sounds, and it was kind of overwhelming. I'm gonna be honest. I never want that experience again, but here we go. Finally, some destruction on the map. Frag grenades going out. All hell has broken loose at the police department. Suppress trying to stay alive in the corner, as is Cycle. It looks like overall, Shopify have done a good job to weather the storm.
Really was eerily quiet. All you could hear is my voice reverberating off the back wall of A. This is a map that has sirens and rats and gunshots and frag tosses. We heard none of that in that moment. And because of that, Rebellion are able to sneak away with a plus 20 lead on the oddball. As Ryanoob on the B-rail, just trying to stay alive, gather some intel. Oddball prepares to set out in center field below the hologram. He's looking to take down 2 members for Rebellion that are momentarily weak. Mental chasing him out. He's going to call for help from Rain here for the bait and switch. Mental stays alive long enough. It makes it another scrappy kill, but Rain gets it ultimately. Ryanoob gets one ultimately, and this looks like Complexity are set up to hold for time. Oddball does reset, though, so it's instead of a hologram grab going back into PD, they have to work their way to the cuts, earn a little bit more time and space and slays to secure the Oddball, which they do.
That was an insane sequence out of Ryanoob. He stayed alive, just kept outputting damage. He's managing his shield while keeping the other team's shields low, waiting for help to arrive. He played his life so well that that Complexity got a little bit of extra time here and now continue to win this fight. 2 dead without trading out. That's massive right now for Complexity's chances to get back into this one.
Soul Snipe and Rebellion go all 4 down. Breaking Shot should get at least 10 seconds of time. And if they take down Cycle, it could turn into 20. He's the tip of the spear. He's the one to take down, but Cycle takes down Huss instead. Ryanoob eyeing the push and a potential weak Cycle. Cycle waits to regain his shields and then waits for his teammate to push up with him. All the while, you've got the best flanker in HCS, I'd say, Soul Snipe doing his thing on the cafe. He does get one and then trade out afterwards. 3 go down for Complexity. What a great job. After Rebellion go 4 down, they wait for each other to push up collectively as a team of 4. And now they've regained a 10+ second lead in round 2.
Huss just outplayed Suppress so hard in that play right there. Suppress trying to force the situation to get a sticky kill, but Huss just knew exactly how to move his Spartan to stay unpredictable, close the gap, and then also back up so Suppress could not get the melee kill. He's playing out of his mind right now. 19 kills, most on the side of Complexity, 34 seconds to add to it as well. So if Huss can keep playing like this, like they can certainly come back in it, but now it's a 16-second lead for Shopify in round 2.
This would be the finishing moments and touch on this series. Rebellion up 2-1 already and up 1-0 in this game 4. This could be it. Suppressed. Some huge slays potentially. Boxer medal. That's 5 for him in this match. As Huss looks to continue to fill the space on the Nairobi side of the map that previously got depleted, and it might just completely dwindle away as Breaking Shot on the benches gets sent back to the respawn screen. 64-48. Shopify, I feel like they're in full control of this one after 3 go down for Complexity.
This is not looking good. Complexity got to figure out how they're going to make this push. Huss just appears out of thin air and punches Suppress in the mouth. I have no idea how this man entered that equation, but it's a nice opening slay. It's going to add to another. Rain going to try to rotate the ball back to A, but Cycle's in the perfect spot to shut that down and almost gets the back-to-back perfects with the last shot. Finally, Ryanoob does take him down. Complexity are keeping this somewhat interesting, but the problem is 30 seconds on the clock. I think Shopify have made the call to just play time and play keep away from this oddball.
Yeah, win condition present here, up by 30, less than 30 to go. You're not going to see Shopify press and stress their way towards an oddball grab. They might still grab it, but there need to be at least a 3 down for Complexity, if not all 4. For now, though, Complexity do have the oddball, and they get it back to within 23 seconds. They're going to need an MJ-like performance here in the end game. Just 13 seconds left now. Ryanoob, the only player alive. This ball won't last in his hands for long. He's got to drop it eventually, but by doing so, he dwindles down the regulation clock, and the chances for Complexity to make a comeback might have allowed Breaking Shot enough chance to get back in the fight, but he took so much damage pushing up that will do it. Shopify Rebellion will move on to the winter final to take on FaZe.
Wow, Shopify playing great. I'd say Complexity also playing very good, but like you said, they need an MJ-like performance. Unfortunately, Avicii MJ is not on this team, so gonna find their way in the lower bracket. Let's see if they can come back, though. A lot of killers down there, though. You got Optic, you got SSG, Pure. That is not a lower bracket that's gonna be easy to make your way through.
Whew. Well, Complexity stole game 1 and couldn't quite muster up the same performance. They had leads, though, throughout this series. Again, this was a very back and forth. It felt like as we